Spring football continuing for the Navy midshipmen, and of course, for the first time in a while, a lot of new relationships to be forged out there on the football field. And one of those guys is new assistant coach PJ Volker, who joins us here on the Navy Sports Magazine. First of all, welcome to Annapolis. What has the transition been like for you so far coming here to Navy?
Well, thanks. Honored to be here. The transition's been phenomenal. I think the thing that really sticks out is the honor and tradition of this place, but then the people. You know, Coach Niumatalolo and the rest of the staff have been phenomenal, just reaching out before they really even got a chance to know me as a person, and just knowing how that they're there for me, for my family, and then getting a chance to be around the guys for the last month or so with spring practice and getting a chance to work with them on a daily basis has been absolutely phenomenal.
I was going to say, every time you make a move in the coaching profession, there's some risk involved. As you weighed this risk, what were the deciding factors for you? And obviously, what has it been like, obviously, on the field over the first month here for you here in Annapolis?
Sure. I think this was an easy decision for me in terms of this being the Naval Academy. I think that was the ultimate deciding factor for me, is just getting a chance to work with the high-character young men that I get to work with on a daily basis. And then, you know, obviously I've watched the Showtime series and get to see the coaching staff a little bit and just get to look a little bit behind the curtain and see what goes on here. And then just from the outside in, it was always a place where you look and you're like, man, I really am intrigued by that. And then have an opportunity to be a part of it and then continue to work with Coach Newberry, who I absolutely respect, admire, be blessed and so fortunate to come here and continue to work with him and Coach Downing, and then learn from a phenomenal head football coach like Coach Niumatalolo. Is a slam dunk. Now, leaving Kennesaw was tough because Brian Bohannon and the staff there, everything that he did for me as a human being and as a coach, I obviously respect. But when it came to it, this was the best move for me, my family, right now, and professionally for the long run.
When you start to evaluate players, and this is obviously for all of you guys that are coming here for the first time, how do you evaluate players, watching them move out on the field, then going back, watching the practice tape and things of that nature? Because right now, those are the relationships probably that are most important now as you try to cultivate those and develop that trust with your new players.
Certainly. I think I got into coaching because outside of my parents and my grandparents, coaches made the biggest impact on my life. And that's why I got into this. I didn't get into this to make a lot of money or coach in front of 100,000 people. Now, those are nice perks and things like that, but I got into it because I wanted to make a difference in young people's lives. And just seeing the way these kids come over to the meeting room every day, thirsty for knowledge, not just about football, but just about life, about leadership, about all different aspects that makes us well-rounded human beings. And just we get into conversations about all different types of things. And Coach always said, Coach has said since we got here, Coach Niumat says, you know, if your meeting's all about football, it's a bad meeting. So we usually start off every meeting with something a little bit about life. It might be funny, it might be serious, but just hearing the guys interact and how deep and thoughtful and mature they are, it's really impressive. But those relationships are really important to me. Getting a chance to know the guys over the last few months. I've been here since January 9th. It's been awesome. I couldn't ask for a better group of young men to be around on a daily basis.
Obviously, the spotlight will be on Coach Newberry as well. You've worked for him. What is it about him that has allowed him to enjoy success at obviously the places that he's been at?
Sure. I think it all starts with that relationship piece of everything. It is guys are going to play hard for you when they know that you care about them and that you want to see them be successful academically. You want to see them be successful socially. You want to see them be successful spiritually. And you're there for them, that they can come in your office and open the door and talk about whatever. Not just about, hey, this blitz here or this coverage there. Now, he's really good at that stuff too. So
Sure.
That's obviously a big piece of it. But he's just an easy guy to play incredibly hard for. He's an easy guy to like. He's a guy that cares about people. He's a guy that is relationship driven. And then on top of that, he's a phenomenal X's and O's football coach.
In your time dealing with him, what has been the key philosophically that allows you all to find look, defense is hard to play right now in this sport. There's no question about it. But what is it about his philosophy and the things that he does that has allowed him to obviously have a modicum of success? Because you all rose up the ranks there pretty quickly from the infancy of that program at Kennesaw to the number 3 seed this past season. That was kind of eye-popping with what you all did with the Owls.
Sure, I think getting kids to buy in, play hard, is first and foremost number one. He talks about elite effort all the time, and getting kids to do that is different because I don't think a lot of people across the country play incredibly hard defense because it's difficult to play. When I talk to a prospective linebacker about coming here to play college football, I think, hey, think about the hardest play you've ever played in your life. Now, imagine yourself playing like that every single play. So he's done that with our entire football team, especially on the defensive side of the ball. And then the X and O piece of it, he's going to be unpredictable. You know, we're going to give you may think we're going to be in this, and the breakdown has said that we're going to be in that, and you think that's what we're going to be in, but we might be in something completely opposite of that by the time game time rolls around. And he's quick on his feet to make adjustments and things like that throughout the course of a game because he knows the system in and out and knows how to put our guys in positions to be successful on game day.
I was going to say, from a professional standpoint, to look up and see the types of teams that Navy plays on a weekly basis, even out of conference. Obviously, their Service Academy rivals, Notre Dame, and then you look at the conference schedule, some of the best offenses in the country. From a professional standpoint, are you looking forward to these types of challenges that will come, obviously, to this football team on a week-by-week basis to see if you all can match wits and obviously execute against some of the best offenses you'll see in the country?
Oh, sure. I mean, if you're a competitor, you want to play against the best. So it's the same thing in recruiting. When you get an opportunity to play in the American Athletic Conference and you get a chance to play against Army, where that's the only game on television that day, and you get a chance to play Notre Dame every year, you'd be crazy, to think that we couldn't compete and get after those people and want to challenge against those guys. I mean, is it tough? Absolutely, but we're ready to compete, that's for sure.
All right, welcome to Annapolis. Hope it's the first of many conversations.
I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you. PJ Volker joining us here on the Navy Sports Magazine.